our mothers here breastfeeding. We have a breastfeeding booth. Actually, it's connected, no? So anyway, so my topic is actually on skin care for our newborns and infants. So I was actually very happy when we had this new product conceptualized by Carlo, because we really needed something like this. No? A liquid powder, the first, and also a 2-in-1 moisturizing cleanser. So later on you will know that moisturization is actually very important in keeping our baby skin healthy. So it's quite a paradigm shift. Before kasi, we were advised by most of our pediatricians not to apply anything on the skin, on the infant's skin early on, neonates, until they're actually 1. So now it's different. So objectives of this lecture is actually to make sure that I tell you the unique characteristics of the baby's skin in infants as compared to adults, as well as the different disorders that you see. So we'll just actually discuss 2 that we usually see in the clinics, 3 management, and 4. Since we have a lot of products out there, what will you choose? So what's the unique characteristics that you have to check and see so that you make sure that your infant skin is well protected? So infant skin has different layers. The area of interest that we want, and we will be discussing will be the outermost layer of the skin, which is basically where moisture is kept. So we will be talking about the handling properties, water handling properties of baby skin and adult. So if you can see here, adult skin is thicker as compared to infants. So 30% thinner sa infants natin. And their water handling properties, if you see that although it's hydrated, the transepidermal water loss is very fast. So what do you do? No? So one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that when you bathe the baby, you have to make sure that you put moisturizer to lock in that water, no? So to keep it healthy. So the different areas would also be the water content, no? More hydrated in older infants. So you see that compared to 6 months old, newborn baby skin is much drier. No? And then transepidermal water loss is higher, and the water handling properties, as I said, is much lower in infants and children. There's 2 skin disorders that we usually in the clinics. That's diaper dermatitis. I'm sure you know this happened already with your infants, and your atopic dermatitis, which is already we're seeing a quite high number of cases. No? So especially if the mother has a history of eczema or skin disease, 40% of the newborns or their children will also have atopic dermatitis, and you will see this as early as 3 to 4 months. So we will give you photos so that you will easily identify if your babies have this kind of skin disorders. So diaper dermatitis is an irritation brought about by, of course, your feces, your urine, and that area is already quite high in pH. So we know that we want to keep the infant skin acidic. No? So usually when they are born, their pH is quite high, and it's quite low, and it goes quite high, and it goes down about 6 months. But you need cleansers that is also neutral in pH or acidic to keep it, so that you will avoid having these irritations. So you will usually see this in babies less than 6 months of age, especially those who are frequently pooing. For those who are breastfed, we don't really usually see them because the enzymes the pH of the stool is actually lower, so not much irritation. To prevent diaper dermatitis, you have to make sure that you frequently change the diaper. But most important is you have to use a barrier also, zinc oxide, so that forms a protective layer between the infant's skin and the feces and the urine, which causes some irritations. Now, common also is your atopic dermatitis. Usually this is seen in infants on the face, the flexure areas. You see this 3 to 4 months of age. So if you have some scaling already or dryness, and the mother has a history of eczema, it's best that you already visit your pediatricians to make sure that you give the proper advice. But now, studies show that as early as birth, if you start moisturizing your baby's skin already, so that's the difference. Before, not allowed. We were not allowed to put anything on the infant's skin. Now, if a mother has eczema or atopic dermatitis, it's best that if you have dryness already, if you see some dryness in your infant's skin, is to start using moisturizer already. Okay? So this prevents the progression of the infant to have atopic dermatitis, or what we call your allergic march. Kasi after your atopic dermatitis, what will happen is it can progress on and your baby can already have the allergic rhinitis or even bronchial asthma. So later we will tell you the progression. So how do we diagnose the infants or children with atopic dermatitis? You see the areas of the eyes, no? So very dry, and also the location is usually on the face, the neck, and flexure areas. Usually this is frequent. It doesn't happen just once. You see it repeatedly, so it's chronic. No? So later on, you will have some complications like your keratosis pilaris and your ichthyosis vulgaris. So if you see older infants with this type of skin, most likely they are atopic as well. Pityriasis alba is not fungal infection, but actually manifestations of irritation, erythema, that later on progress to hypopigmented areas on the skin. Again, because of atopic dermatitis. So for management, we just don't emphasize medications. There's also non-pharmacologic intervention in patient education. So the best venue is actually mother forums like this, as well as teaching you prevention. So that's the most important, I think. So much studies has been given, and emphasizes always on medications and treatment, but we want this to be preventive. So now you can actually prevent skin diseases like atopic dermatitis or diaper dermatitis just by hydration and moisturization of your infant's skin. Okay? So things to avoid if you already know that your infant has eczemas is detergents, soap, because that's very high in pH, saliva and sweat also has high alkaline pH, sunburn chlorine. So make sure that if your baby goes takes swimming lessons, 20 minutes lang yan in the swimming pool. Stressor for older infants and adults, you see some scaling of the skin on the eyebrows. We also see that abrasive clothing like your wool can also cause some irritation. So management, step 2 up to step 4, you have to see your pediatricians already because you will be prescribed steroids. So we don't want you to keep applying steroids as well because it thins out the skin. So best is step 1, we want to emphasize skin hydration at the same time moisturization of the skin. So make sure that each time you use the rule of 3s, 3 episodes, 3 applications, and you have to make sure that you apply the moisturizer within 3 minutes. So non-pharmacological intervention, bathing and cleansing, you have to know the basics of that and moisturizing. So there's 3 types of cleansers. You have your soap, which is very high in pH, not very ideal. It's very strong, so usually you want this to take out the dirt and sebum. Then you have your synthetic cleansers, your Syndex, which is ideal for the infant, so very young, and then a combination of this, which is your Compars. So bathing, just use tepid water, appropriate temperature.